Okay, hello. We've not seen Tanya on the channel in a while, but she back.
He's been keeping me in a room locked up.
If you are an incoming jet this year, then something that might be on your mind is your self-introduction lesson. The majority of ALTs will, for their first lesson that they teach, will have to make it about themselves and their home country just to introduce themselves to the students. And basically, you shouldn't start planning that now. Like, you're gonna have so much time once you actually arrive in Japan because you'll arrive during the summer holidays.
Oh my god, you'll be so bored.
You will have literally nothing to do at your desk for weeks when you arrive. Yeah. So this video is just to help you with a few ideas to like get you thinking about it until then. And also, something I wanted to point out is that, I'm sure you know by now, every situation is different.
Christ.
Yeah. Tanya, the school she goes to, has a much higher level of English than the school that I teach at. So I thought it'd be interesting to show you two introduction lessons from two different schools. Now, when you first get to your school, you probably won't really have a good sense of the level your school is unless it has a specific reputation. So this is actually going to be a two-part video. In the first one, we're going to talk about my lesson plan that I made. Then next week, I'm going to post a video about Tanya's lesson plan, which we'll talk about then.
Yay.
So let's get into it.
Hello.
Yeah, I changed my lesson plan a lot between August and April, also to mostly to focus on getting the kids to actually say words, anything at all.
Oh my god, right?
Yeah, my students are all shy. They're all incredibly shy. I'm lucky if I get 1 or 2 per class, which will volunteer answers and stuff, so I can't rely too much on me talking and asking for volunteers to answer questions and things because I won't get any. Something I added this year right at the beginning of the introduction lesson was I wrote a short speech in Japanese. I don't speak Japanese, but I tried my best and then I got my teacher to help me a little bit. But the whole point of it was to show that it's okay to make mistakes. So I was okay with the speech being filled with mistakes. I went into saying that mistakes are okay in this lesson, that they'll be rewarded for effort and not achievement, and that you can see that I find Japanese hard, so please try with English as I try with Japanese. And then that'll be the last time I use Japanese.
Do you speak Japanese in your classes, just out of curiosity?
I throw in the odd word or something, but more often than not, if they're really, really not getting anything, I'll just ask a JTE to summarize.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So yeah, then I'll launch into a very quick PowerPoint, which first goes over where I'm from, so it explains that the UK is actually 4 countries because they just think of it as one for the most part.
Oh, interesting.
And then I will say where I'm from, point it out, show some pictures from Edinburgh, and then I'll basically launch into a game of true or false so they can find out some more facts about Scotland or Edinburgh. So I do things like, oh, Harry Potter was written in Edinburgh, there is a volcano in the middle of Edinburgh, put your hand up if you think this is true, and put your hand up if you think this is false. Something I learned was that they didn't know the word true or false.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
right? Oh, that threw me off so much. Like, okay, so that happened in my class too. And I just remember thinking, like, how did they, like, some of them, they knew what true was. And one of my teachers, he gave me a book about junior high school, so it has all the words in the back, and I see true. I flick my ass back to F, and false is not under there. So the teachers have been saying, like, oh, find the truth and find the lies. And the students are like, oh.
You really can't assume they know any words that you're saying. It might be obvious to you, but you cannot assume. So this year as well, I put the kanji in the PowerPoint next to true and false, and I do, whenever I know there's a word they might not know, I'll just chuck the kanji into the PowerPoint because it's easy to Google Translate if it's just one word. So we'll do true or false. That'll get them sort of interacting a bit without me instantly being like, okay, talk to me, give me words, because they'll be way too nervous for that.
Children's.
Literally. Then I'll explain that, okay, now you know I'm from Scotland, but also I'm actually half, and I am half Polish. So then I'll explain my name, why it's spelt the way it is, how they should say it, and then I'll show them pictures of my family and explain these are my brothers, my Polish mother, my Scottish father, and then I'll say to them, and I'll literally say like this, I'll say, okay, so now you know about my home, and you know about my family, but you don't know about me. So now we will play a game so that you can learn more about me. This is sort of the main activity of the lesson. It's the most fun part. It does get them engaged. It's a game of Mario Kart. So yeah, I'll like put up on PowerPoint. I'll put it up on screen here. It's like a picture of Mario Kart with my face badly photoshopped in,
Oh
which gets
man,
them
that
laughing.
always cracks me up.
Yeah, and then I'll draw on the board like this small racetrack. I have these like cutouts of the Mario
Wait,
characters.
did you physically colour them?
Yeah, so basically we
Oh
don't.
my God.
I don't have access to a color printer at my school.
What the
So
hell?
I printed them in black and white on card, which was a struggle enough to get, and then manually colored them in. But you know what? I had weeks before the first lesson, and this took up a good chunk of time, so I enjoyed doing it. I put them into groups of 4, so I will literally just tell them 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. And then I'll say, okay, push your desks and chairs together to make a group. They might kind of just stare at first until the teacher's like, go on, start. Like, yeah, they might not assume at first, am I allowed to move?
So when you finish, like, what do you say after that?
I'm like, okay. And I just kind of stare at them a bit.
Okay, so like, with me, I found like I really struggled with that too. But once I first started saying, like, after that I just said, okay, go, do it.
Okay, go.
Like, I literally
Start.
just say, like, go, start, and they'll just be like,
Okay.
oh.
Yeah, I will definitely do that.
Yeah.
Super. I also have little bits of paper with the corresponding characters, so I'll go around the groups and ask them to pick one at random, and that'll be their character. And I'll put them up on the board, and as I'm doing it, I'll give them some random facts like, oh, the characters have different names in Scotland or in the West. So for
Only Scotland.
well, because they
Only Scotland.
well, I've introduced myself as Scotland, so if I start saying Britain and the UK and just changing what I use to refer to my home country, it might confuse them. In Japan, you say Koopa, but
Scotland, we say Bowser.
Bowser, we pure say Bowser, man. It's pure fucking Bowser, eh?
How do your kids react to that? Because mine, they're just like, what? It's like, eh,
Yeah, I get a few, just a few murmurs,
Bowser.
really. Yeah.
Koopa, Koopa.
So at this point, I'll explain the rules of the game, which I'll explain to you in less detail than I do to the kids. But also, this year, I made a very clear PowerPoint for each stage of instructions to follow along with what I'm saying, because I feel like if I talk for too long, it just starts to go over their head, so it gives them more visuals. Even though I'm using props and stuff, but I think it definitely helped, I've noticed, between this year and last term. I give each group a set of 8 bits of paper, and on each one there's a sentence about me, like a fact, and they need to basically guess the false facts. And I'll tell them, I think like there's 4 false facts. I will draw 4 spaces on the race course that I draw on the board. I'll tell them that in their groups I want them to go through this paper and guess the facts, and they don't know the word for guess also, I discovered. So because before when I did it and I just gave them it and said guess, they'd be like, how are we meant to know? I don't understand. Where's the information which has the answers? And it's like, no, just guess. And when they think they've guessed one representative from the team brings it to me along with a bit of paper with their character. And if they are correct, I will move their character forward on the board. If they are not correct, I'll say, this is true, so please try again.
You're wrong, child! Get out of here!
I play the music from Mario Kart in the background.
Oh my god, same.
And that is, in my opinion, the most important part of the game, because if it's silent, they feel awkward, they don't want to start talking, but that definitely makes it a much more fun atmosphere, and also it's harder for people to overhear them, so they're more comfortable talking to each other and stuff, and they're much more likely to just get started. And yeah, that's pretty much the game, and they really, really do enjoy that.
What kind of English do you use on your...
So the facts I have are:
guess along with me now and comment how many you get down below. Remember, you have to guess the lies, of which there are 3. Isn't that just unbearably cringe of me to suggest, but here we are doing it anyway, so I guess I'm that guy.
Jakub's hobby is photography. Jakub used to have pink and green hair. Jakub is 200 centimeters tall.
Nice.
I included this one specifically because last year when it got to the point where I'm like, do you have any questions for me? That was the only question I got. So I'm like, if we cover it earlier on, they'll have to think of a more original question. Jakub has met Ariana Grande. Jakub's favorite subject in high school was maths. Jakub's favorite band is BTS. Jakub likes to cosplay, and Jakub's favorite movie genre is horror.
Did you guess? Okay, let's go over the answers then, I suppose. At this point I've edited too much to back out of this dumb portion of the video now because I'm a lazy piece of shit.
Jakub's hobby is photography. Jakub used to have pink and green hair. Jakub is 200 centimeters tall. Jakub has met Ariana Grande. Jakub's favorite subject in high school was maths. Jakub's favorite band is BTS.
Yes, I know that's a bare lie. If you've known me in real life for more than a hot minute, you'll know my favorite artist is Cascada, but there was no way in hell the kids would have heard of her, and I wanted to be a relatable bitch. So here we are.
Jakub likes to cosplay, and Jakub's favourite movie genre is horror. So yeah, once we've gone through that, they'll calm down a bit because they've been very excited for a second, so I give them a minute to calm down.
You make them sound like excited puppies.
They do get really like worked up in that game, yeah, hyped up in most classes. There'll be a winner, I'll do an applause, blah blah blah, congratulations. Usually I'll play till like 3rd place because sometimes one team can fire ahead really fast and then the game would be over super quick. I go over all the answers. So at this point I'll say, do you have any questions for me about my country or about me or my family or anything at all is okay. And I won't get many questions, but what I will say is, before you point out, what I will say if I'm not getting any questions is, okay, talk with your group, because they're still sitting in groups, and brainstorm questions, like think of questions, and then I'll be like, okay, what's your group's question for me, and stuff like that. And last year I had them all write down a question, but when I did that, the majority of people just copied the people around them, and I only ended up with like 5 questions anyway, but it was a lot more hassle to do it.
Fair.
There is only a set, like 5 questions that I ever get, which is, do you have a girlfriend? And if you feel comfortable answering questions like that, obviously you can, there's no problem. I personally am like, I'm not ever going to be angry at them for asking questions, but I'm like trying to keep some boundaries with what's like personal stuff and stuff that's okay to talk about, so I'll just be like, oh, it's a secret. But I also get asked, what Japanese food do you like? What sports do you like? That's pretty much it. That is the 3 questions I get on repeat. And then usually in each class I'll have 1 or 2 wild cards, which are never that interesting, but you know, yeah. I'm like, oh, what is this mystery question? Okay, now you know loads about me, but I don't know about you. So I'll put on the board an example 2 sentences of literally, hello, my name is blank, I am blank years old, and my hobby is blank. And I'll be like, okay, with your partners, practice this with each other. And once they've done that, then I'll get them 1 at a time, quick fire, stand up, say your introduction to me, and sit down again. We'll just fire around the room. In my lessons, I tend to teach things quite fast, and especially with my PowerPoints, it sounds like a lot, but each slide is literally just like a picture and a word. So I go through it really quickly. And yeah, that is my introduction lesson. So in summary, it's a small PowerPoint of information, a true or false game to gently get them to start engaging, a game to help them learn about me, and so they can just have fun and see that hopefully they'll have fun in my lessons, question time in case they're curious, and then give them a chance to speak as well, so their introductions.
The only thing I would say is that how long does each part take?
My lessons are 50 minutes each, but also you should be aware that different schools have like different lengths of classes.
Mine's the same though.
Yeah, and I hope you found it useful or interesting to hear the specifics of a lesson plan. Let me know if you enjoyed that and I can do more videos like this. Again, you don't have to start worrying about lesson planning now. You can do it once you arrive here and you get some more information about your school.
All this is gonna be so boring and moist. It's just so uncomfortable.
Anyway, but yeah, so you won't know like what length your classes are or what the kids are like, so there's no point planning for something that you're not aware of yet. So next week we're going to talk about Tanya's lesson, her school's higher level. Until then, bye.
Goodbye forever.